talking about the whole conversation. All y'all niggas doing is snitching. All this is about is snitch who snitched, and now everybody's snitching. Like, what the fuck, yo? Where's the real nigga at in it? That shit is corny. That shit is whack. That shit is stupid. And there's nothing gangster about it, and there's nothing hip-hop about it.
You know where hip-hop live without the skinny jeans. That's why I walk with a different walk, fought with a different heart, talk with a different walk.
And 3 niggas that's probably no bigger than 5'2". You got a 6'4", 300-something pound nigga who front liner for this dude. Young boy. In his prime. Meek, you want to talk? No, handle your business. We'll talk afterwards. All right, that's what we'll do. We'll talk about it. Because it wasn't after a while, you know what? We'll point something again. He's never going to listen. He's on his arrogance. He's never going to listen because he on his high. He come from nothing to having something. He ain't take his fall yet. He don't know the same people you see going up is the same people you going to see when you come down. Drake don't got to live by the rules we live by, or you claim to live by. He's not a street nigga. He's not from the streets. So he don't got to live by that code. You can't look at that man in a different light because he got armed security or whoever he got. He's a fucking biggest thing in music, nigga. A pop star. Who cares if he not writing that shit? That nigga saying some shit. I don't give a fuck. It's not taken away from your money or none of that. So what's the real reason why you mad? What's the real reason why you was mad at Drake? In my point of view, you was laying in the bed one night. You rolled over and you looked at it, cuz, and you asked her, you fucked that nigga. And she ain't answered you in the way you wanted to.
That's what's whack, yo. They got no points for that, yo. If anything, it made him look even worse, yo. It made him look even worse.
I agree.
The nigga Beans got one lung from being shot. The nigga snuffed you over from the side and shit, yo. Come on, yo. That's total disrespect, yo. Total disrespect on the OG from your city. You get no points for that, yo. If anything, it brought his score down. His stock went further down, yo.
So why you think it went down?
Yeah, because allegedly he said that Beanie Sigel was riding with the game, whatever, and shit like that. He hitting the nigga game up and shit. And a bunch of bullshit, yo. From the beginning, Beanie should have just left it alone and everything. I watched the dude. What's the dude? The nigga that did it.
Oh, Tack. Can't remember.
Teddy Bay, something.
No, it's like Tack 200 or something like that.
TV Bay, whatever his name is, yo. I watched that bullshit, isn't you and shit, yo. Yo, the nigga. Yo, I got tired of niggas saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I swear he said that shit like 1,000 times through the interview. And then his story just wasn't, yo, all he is a nigga trying to get on, yo. That's all he is.
I listened to the Beans interview, right? And the Beans, you know, give you the short version. Beans and Meek was on the phone. Meek called Beans, like, yo, we got to ride on that nigga game. And Beanie Sigel like, what's up? He like, you heard the Breakfast Club interview. He was like, nah. He was like, yo, but you got to handle that yourself. And you got to prove yourself. Long story short, him and Beans get into a little argument on the phone. It gets to the point where Meek Mill like, you're an old ass nigga. You ain't got no money. You broke. I'll put a bag on your head. All that kind of shit. So them niggas had like some real tension at that point, at the Bad Boy concert.
These niggas, these young niggas disrespecting, and you want to say, oh, yo, you just with the old niggas and shit like that. Nah, yo, it's respect, yo.
Yeah, let me say this, yo.
You don't see.
Let me say this. I'm tired of niggas on that old shit too, yo. Like at one point or at any point, you owe to somebody. I don't care if you 21 years old, a 10, 11-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid looking at you like you're an old head. You know, especially if you ain't got shit going on. So I'm tired of niggas throwing that you old. That shit whack. Like everybody old to somebody. Like that shit don't matter, yo. That shit.
But yo, I was that young nigga, but I didn't disrespect my old. I didn't. Yo, there's never been that much disrespect in the rap game until now with these young whack ass niggas, yo. And then you'll explain that him and Beans had some kind of relationship. So if yo come to the thing, Beans not thinking yo on some shit where you're going to get snuffed and shit.
No.
So that was a bitch move right now. Yo.
Yeah, facts. That shit was whack. That shit was whack. Yo, and then look.
They want to say, oh.
Now look. Now Whack 100 and Mano beefing.
Why?
Because fucking Mano ain't like the way Game shot the video in Brooklyn. He was like, them niggas jumping in the video for some shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. So he said some shit. Him and Wack got on the phone. It's a long story, but now them niggas talking about when I see you, I'ma shoot the fade. All that shit. Like, all this shit over Meek Mill and Game, yo. And it's crazy because, yo, when I listen to the, facts, listen. When I listen to the Beanie Sigel interview, he saying the same shit that Game is saying, like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. All this shit is over the fact that Meek Mill can't rap and O'Malley can't rap. He said in the interview that he ain't write O'Malley first verse, but he helped O'Malley with his second verse. Gave him bars. You know, all this is over the fact that them niggas can't rap. That shit whack though. You know what I mean? Meek Mill definitely lost the whole battle at this point. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not even excited about this shit anymore because this shit done got stupid, yo. You know, Mano and Whack 100, they talking about fighting. Beanie Sigel getting snuffed. All this is supposed to be with Game and Meek Mill shooting the fade. And then Stitches came out on some shit. And I kind of feel Stitches, you know, all that gangster shit. And I go past the bars, you know. Niggas say shit in they bars to make it clever. But all the gangster shit niggas just be talking and portraying and all that shit. Right, you know, I feel like Game might still owe Stitches that fade. Stitches walked up, Game man hit him. He wanted to see Game one Game and Whack 100. They out there offering fades and shit. Give Stitches his fade then. Oh, this shit's stupid. All over Meek Mill because Meek Mill ain't respond. If Meek Mill would have responded, then this shit would have been a battle. You know, but niggas ain't had no more entertainment other than to go on social media, type to each other. You know, then, you know what I mean? That shit gay. You gotta read a nigga and you gotta read it like, oh shit, nigga, I want the fade. Or is Whack 100 saying this shit like, yo, I want the fade. I mean, I gotta guess how the fuck you saying that shit. No, nigga, talk to me. They got on the phone once, said what they had to say to each other. Then the argument was, oh, don't go to Brooklyn, stand on the corner, act like you check niggas, because you ain't check niggas. You talk to us like a man. All right, well, if he talk to y'all like a man, you know how to get in contact with him. Why you standing there with a camera in your face making a video? Why do the world need to know y'all conversation? That shit is corny. That shit is whack. That shit is stupid. And there's nothing gangster about it, and there's nothing hip-hop about it, yo. There's nothing about it. That shit is whack. I'm not saying them niggas gotta fight. But I'm saying they gonna handle it like men because going on Instagram, that's not fighting either. So if you gonna handle it like men, just rap about it, talk about it, figure out the misunderstanding, or figure out that you got scrap about it. Figure out the one or two. But I shouldn't have this information to talk to you about it. What the fuck is these niggas doing? These niggas is supposed to be so gangster. The Game talk about Meek Mill snitch. All these niggas did was snitch on social media and interviews since this shit happened. The Game, my niggas did this to Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston called me. Da-da-da. Now you talking about the whole conversation. All y'all niggas doing is snitching. All this is about is snitch who snitched, and now everybody's snitching. Like, what the fuck, yo? Where's the real nigga at in it? Game going around, he was in B-More. Game going around doing videos in random hoods. Prove what? That you can diss Meek Mill in the hood? Beans in the interview talking about don't nobody know Meek Mill in the streets for scrapping or busting no gun. Now niggas want to go to street cred, and I get it. I mean, Beanie Sigel, he got snuff. Like, yo, it's showtime at the Apollo now. I mean, don't get it twisted. I feel him, but I'm just like, yo, niggas just need to have a reason, yo. Other than the fact that Meek Mill can't rap. It's that same shit like you was saying now. Niggas entourage is beefing. You know, Beanie Siegel's supposed to be real cool with that nigga brother. Now his, you know what I mean? You gotta get at a nigga little brother or some shit. Like, come on, yo, what the fuck? And then Beans say he ain't coming out with no diss record. He just gonna drop his music. He ain't coming out with no diss record. Yes, he is. Beanie Sigel is Beanie Sigel. It ain't no way that he not gonna write. He gonna be writing a song and this not pop up in his mind. He gonna have to address it because it just in you as a writer, or definitely in somebody like him, who is one of the best battle rappers in hip-hop history.
No problem.
Come on, yo. You trying to tell me that Rockefeller Locks beef wasn't classic?
Oh, hell yeah.
You trying to play Beanie like he not one of the top battle rappers in hip-hop history. He was a big part of that Rockefeller Locks battle. Him and Jada going back and forth at each other. So Beanie, you know that. So all right, respect Beanie as a battle rapper then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now what I'm saying is that it's in him. It's gonna be in him to respond, some way, shape, or form. It might not be a diss record, but he gonna talk.
You know where hip hop live without the skinny jeans. That's why I walk with a different walk, fought with a different heart, talk with a different walk.